Um, like I'm using my old computer because like somehow I think like fucking around so much trying to figure out how to record stuff the past few weeks with my old computer, like I fucked it up. So now
Oh,
like the like the sound card is all fucked up with it,
oh
and
no.
yeah, and so like whenever I record, it like has like static and like crackling sounds all the
Ooh, that
time.
sucks.
Yeah, and are you popping your knuckles or something?
No.
Oh, see now I'm getting some weird popping. Hold on, let me figure out what's
For once in my life, I am not popping my knuckles. Was your sound? Stop it.
what what
Are you
what.
going? Is that you?
That is not me. I don't know what that is. I don't know what
I,
you heard.
I thought you were just so frustrated that you were just like,
That was not. That was not me. That was an anomaly of that was white noise.
Okay.
Um,
Why don't we call
okay.
it black noise? Why are we so?
Um,
Or
I
just
don't know.
noise?
I didn't come up with the terminology. I wonder. I don't know which. It won't let me click onto the settings to see like what's going on with the
Oh, it's because I'm an asshole and I clicked record. But I can stop.
things and like this podcast, for example.
Yes.
Welcome.
I was hoping that you wouldn't notice.
I am. I'm pretty quick if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, yeah, pretty quick. We
Um,
were just off the air. We were having an off the air discussion about creating versus consuming, and Chet was putting it into terms that I had never considered before.
but you have to have it in some sort of balance, and I
Right.
understand that not all people have that sense of wanting to create, or have the time, or the privilege, or the whatever you want to call it. But I feel like innately a lot of people, want to create something. A lot of
Mhm.
that's squashed or suppressed at a very young age.
Yeah.
So you may not even know you have that. Maybe that's why a lot of people do have angst and anxiety because they're not creating because it's been suppressed when they were in fifth grade or whatever, and their parents are like, "That's fucking stupid. Don't do that ever again." And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a theory that could be a
Yeah.
reason. I
Yeah,
feel
it
I
makes
get
sense.
I get angsty if I'm not creating something, so
Mm.
I have a lot of angst
Yeah.
most of the
Well, and
time.
I always just like in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm being angsty just because I'm like wasting my time by consuming, but I never thought of it as like maybe I'm also angsty because I'm like not creating as I desire to,
Right.
you know.
Or consuming like something that's fulfilling, and
Yeah.
not empty. TV. I mean, TV and film can provide fulfillment, but mostly it's junk food. I kind of think
Yeah.
of it as. I mean, reading. I think that's a good thing to do to get knowledge.
Hmm.
Music. Music to me is just man. That is such a for your mood. There's nothing better you can do than to listen to music.
Right.
So
But
that
there's
I don't.
also nothing worse you can do if you're listening to like music that will worsen your mood. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess you can use it. It can be a tool that you can use to keep you in a state of mind,
Yeah.
which is not
Double-edged
always a
sword.
good thing. That is true, but for me personally, it kind of heightens that whatever that is, that emotion you're going through,
Hmm.
and then um, when you find you also, I guess maybe it leads you to, for me anyways, you'll eventually find yourself listening to music that's gonna take you out of that state of
Sure.
mind, and maybe I don't know,
Like it
but
might kind of help you like process it as opposed to like
right,
stay in it for several days slowly processing it. You can kind of enhance the process. I use the
right.
word process a lot.
Yeah, the process, the processes. But I feel like it can be beneficial, but it also, if you catch yourself wallowing in something,
Mm-hmm.
it can have that effect as well.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I feel like there's a natural thing for people to create. I don't know. It's always been with us. That's why we painted on the cave walls or whatever the fuck. Of course, you had
Yeah.
some people like that fucker's wasting his time, and then you had some people that are like, well, that's a really cool story, or, whatever. But
Totally.
anyways, man, you've been
Yeah.
get I hear you got a scam email or something.
Oh man, no, but I think I know someone who did.
Who was it? What'd they do? Did they
Well,
pay?
so there's this new scam going around apparently where basically there's this very, very generic letter. I'm going to read some of it because
Mm-hmm.
it's hilarious to me.
Oh, so you did get it.
No.
Okay.
I did not. I thought about lying and saying that
Okay.
I did and just rolling with that story. But I'm really bad at lying, and so it would have never been believable. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that would have been funny, but I dropped it. So, no.
Well, I'll read the one I
Oh,
got.
you got one.
Yeah, but I'll let you read the one that you did not receive, but somebody did.
Well, I wonder if it might be the same one. So this
Well,
one, it's a huge, it's like a whole letter. But here's part of it, and I am sourcing this from BuzzFeed News, the very credible, real news source. It's like, blah, 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 my name is such and such, and I know about the secret you're keeping from your wife and everyone else. More importantly, I have evidence of
oh,
what you have been hiding. I won't go into the specifics
uh
here in case your wife intercepts this, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just like
oh, ooh,
hilariously generic, like that could be referring to anything. And I want to know
right,
how many people are like falling for this. And it's like, so the letter demands that you pay a certain amount of money in Bitcoin. Like,
right.
yeah, I don't know. What's your say?
People. Oh, mine's much more to the point.
Okay.
I just logged into my email to find it, but I believe I deleted it
Uh,
because I didn't. I was scared it might have some virus thing that I might accidentally click. But the gist of it was, um, you were a bad boy. You were visiting a porn site, and we caught you on the webcam jerking your. Some I don't know. They
choking your
used some really
chicken.
lame. Yeah, basically some lame thing for dick. But they're like, we caught you jerking your dick on camera. Now we have video of you. We will send to all your contacts if you don't, and then I gotta send them bitcoins or whatever.
Oh,
But so
that's
yeah, and also a mutual
hilarious.
friend of ours has also gotten this email because she told me about it, and I was like, that's crazy. And then like a week later, I got the email, and I knew it was a scam for two
Uh huh.
reasons. One, because she had gotten
Right.
it, and two, because I hadn't jerked off in front of my computer, so I was pretty
Right.
confident.
It's like, well, I don't think that that happened. But like, okay, three. Here's what's hilarious. Like the fact that they're using like, oh, you watch porn as blackmail. I'm like, I'm sorry. Everyone and their mother watches porn. Like, I'm not gonna send you $10,000 to keep you from sending a video of me like touching myself out to my contacts. Like, whatever, they can just have that.
Right, I contemplated it. I was like, I would have no
Yeah,
shame.
it's like, yeah.
I was, I was like, this is in my mind, I was like, this is the lamest blackmail attempt. I'm like, who would
Right.
care? I was like, let
Come up
them.
with
If they want
something
to see that, they
else
can.
that like not everyone does. Like,
I was like, yeah, I'll be like slightly embarrassed. Often people be like, oh yeah, like one, I don't think my face would be in the camera. I don't know.
what if it's
I mean,
just your face?
I don't know what the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the position of the webcam would be because I've never recorded
Right.
myself, so I don't know. It's either gonna see my face. I could be on the toilet. You don't know what I'm
Why are you
doing.
jerking it on the toilet? Oh, I see what you mean now.
No, it like because it's a
Right.
close up of my face. You don't know where I'm
I
at.
was gonna
I'm
say
just
that I feel like those facial expressions would be pretty different, but maybe not. Like pooping feels really good, honestly.
well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you gotta go,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. it's
Yeah,
a
so
release.
maybe the facial expressions would be similar. Maybe you could cover with that story. I don't know.
I want to make it clear. I don't think I make the same faces.
I think I do. So
Well, I might. I don't know. I've never looked at myself, but the person looking at me doesn't seem alarmed or horrified.
wait,
So,
the person looking at you while you're pooping or while you're coming?
well, she's seen it all. So,
I'm dead. I'm gonna record both and just see
so
like the similarities and differences in myself, not you. Just to clarify.
yeah, please. And then you know how
Yep.
to what to work on.
I'm like, oh, that's why I'm not getting laid. Yikes, that's my poop face.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Most of these guys aren't going to know that's your poop face, so they're going to think it's your cum face until they finally you get that far. Once you get far enough in the relationship that they
That's
get to
true.
watch you
Which
shit.
I've
Like
never had.
I've seen that face.
Never been in that place.
I mean, I've never had a full on like conversation while shitting, but I'm like, I've been like, yeah, sure, you can come in and brush your teeth if you want. And she's like, you
Yeah,
know what, I'll wait. And I'm
I'll
like,
hold
okay,
out. That's where I'm at. Like, it's not worth it.
fair enough. I mean, I was slightly offended. I was told my shit stinks, and I was like, "Well, I'm sorry. I
I
didn't.
didn't invite you.
I had the
Yeah.
exhaust fan on. I
I
thought
thought
that
I
was
was
enough."
alone. Also,
But, yeah, but I've
yeah,
gotten over that. Um, but both those emails are pretty lame scams. Like the first one, like you're gonna know more. Here's the odd. You're working with two odds on that. One, you have to go with the odds that like someone's actually going to believe that you have this information or what. And then two, you have to go even further that someone has to actually be doing something questionable to make them think that you have it. You know
right.
what I mean? If like you just send the email to you or me or a
Mm-hmm.
normal person who's not doing something shady, they're gonna be, oh, whatever, scam. But if you do happen to catch that guy or gal that's
Yeah,
doing something shady, then you also have to count on them being like really stupid
right.
in addition. And I got to think if you're carrying out an affair, not getting caught, you're probably kind of smart because that seems like a lot of work
Yeah.
to me.
What if it was like a
You know
one-time
what I
thing or
mean?
something,
Unless
though? You know?
true, yeah. I mean, if it's I'm thinking more of a
Yeah,
serial
yeah. Like an
adulterer, like
affair.
someone,
Yeah.
and that seemed yeah. Yeah, that's creep. Those affairs. My mom had a friend, and this lady was having an affair with this married man for like 8 years.
Yeah, that's
And like
crazy.
even as a kid, I knew she's like, oh, that's her boyfriend. Well, he's got a wife, but don't say anything. And I'm like, this is weird. And you guys just go out and like double dates with them and stuff. And she's like, well, she's my friend. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
this seems shady. She's like, yeah, I don't do that kind of stuff, but she's her own woman. And I'm like, how bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That just seems exhausting. Like 8 years of like shush shush. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. And
Well,
like
I made up
being the
that
other
8 years.
woman.
I don't know how long it was.
Well, no, but it's out there. Like people will do it for like a long
Yeah,
time.
I do.
Damn.
And yeah, to be the other woman. I don't know what that mindset is. How you get into that?
Sounds
That's sad.
exhausting. Yeah. Well, and just like
But for the guy,
you can't like be getting everything that you need out of that relationship if he's also having to like be with his wife as well. So I don't know. Sounds sad.
no, it sounds very sad. I mean, obviously the wife's getting the better deal because she's married to him,
Right, but
so
they're
she
both getting a
gets.
shit deal at the end.
No, they both are. This guy's a
And it
scumbag. Any
sucks.
guy that does this or woman is not nice.
Yeah,
Shouldn't do that to
people
people.
suck.
There's no reason to hurt people's feelings. I don't. You shouldn't do that
Right, like
in that way.
if you don't want to be with one person, then find someone to like be in an open relationship with or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just find somebody that works with you, I guess. And if they don't work, don't be together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess in older generations it was harder for people to like do that.
That's fair.
It seemed like that was frowned upon.
Who am I
And
to
now I
judge?
don't think. Yeah, maybe he was like he couldn't do it because he. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we got on that topic, but this email scam is I gotta think they're probably the jerk off one. I bet they're making pretty good money on that one because I mean a lot of guys jerk off at their computers
Right.
because where else are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
And I mean I could buy into the idea that someone hacked my computer and they have control of my
Camera.
webcam.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. Um, it's just so happened to be that I don't do that. So
Right. So here's what I
you know
think.
on the video.
Here's what I think would be more effective for this scam, because I'm assuming what they're doing is just sending it out to like everyone, right? Um,
Yeah.
but like, so the one that I found, the amount that they're asking for is $15,750 in Bitcoin. Like, what if they sent this out and just asked for like a really small amount, like send like $100? Because like I feel like way more people would just do it because they'd be like, well, in case this is legit, it's only $100. Like I better just, you know what I mean? So I think they would actually make
I'm
more money if they asked for less.
I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm thinking on a scam email or any kind of scam like the old like Nigerian prince thing.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta think like the conversion is pretty slow on the like amount of emails sent out
Yeah.
to actually successfully. So I mean, you probably have to go big because I feel like if you drop the number, I don't know if the responses are gonna go up.
I feel like they would
Just
though,
because
because how many people have $15,000 sitting around? Like,
not a lot, but enough people do that you can catch one probably out of who knows how many emails, millions of emails.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a scammer. We should. I'm sure there's information out here we could be
I
looking up
think
on how
I
successful
think
email scams are, but I don't want to do
I
that.
think that there's only one real solution, and it's you and I each need to send identical scam emails, but you need to send
It's what?
we need to send an identical
Where do you
scam
go?
email to a bunch of recipients, but you ask for a ton of money and I ask for a small amount,
What happened?
and we'll see who wins.
We lost contact. She's gonna come
Are you
back and tell
gone?
us the story.
Motherfucker.
Retrying.
As
The
I was
worst.
saying before I was rudely interrupted by
Yes.
Zencaster, we need to formulate a scam email for each of us to send out to a bunch of people. But you're gonna ask for $15,000, and I'm gonna ask for 100, and we're gonna see who gets the most money.
But is this illegal?
It's a scientific study.
It'll be announced we're going to do it on the podcast. And how do we go about collecting these like emails to send
right.
it to?
That see, I think I was thinking just like make up a bunch of emails. Amanda Brown at gmail.com, Amanda Brown at hotmail.com, etc.
You know what? I have even better idea to make this scam very successful for us.
Okay.
We need to go out, meet some shady dudes that are obviously having affairs on their wives.
Yes.
Get their emails and just email them directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so then you just cut out the guesswork.
Perfect.
So this is just blackmail straight up. But
yes. But yeah, that'll add an element of fun to it. Ooh, remember when there was that website that got hacked into that was for like cheating people, and they what?
That sounds familiar.
They like blackmailed all of the like registered users and were like, we're gonna expose you to your wives if you don't do like pay us money or whatever the hell it was. It was shit, what was it called?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Back page or whatever.
No. Hang on.
I think that's for prostitutes.
What? Hey, we could do that. We're going to expose to your wife that you've used a prostitute if you don't send us money. Cheating website. Hacked. Ashley Madison.
Oh, Ashley Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Backpage was the one where you could get prostitutes.
Back page.
I believe the government shut it down. I could be wrong. I may be wrong about this.
Ugh. I started to type in Backpage and what came up was like
Yeah.
Backpage's classifieds, Backpage Des Moines, Iowa, Backpage replacement, Backpage alternative.
Yeah, I believe this got shut down
Yeah.
because of the prostitution. But I had looked it up before when there was like people were talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked it up, and there's like a lot of prostitutes in this area. So
Yeah.
I was surprised. I didn't know there were so many,
Hell yeah.
and some of them looked pretty attractive. They had pictures and everything, and their rates weren't that bad. But I'm
Give
not.
me an
I don't.
idea of like not that bad. Like how much are we talking?
I honestly I can't remember offhand just because I just remember looking at it and being like, oh, that's not that bad. This was maybe like 2 years ago that I looked it
Yeah.
up just out of curiosity, and I was just like, oh, that's not that crazy. A lot of it's like negotiable. Like they do this, but then in person maybe you can
Haggle them down.
haggle them. Well,
Listen,
haggle them
lady,
up for.
$50 for a blowjob, really? I'll give you 30.
I think it was a little more than 50, but it wasn't an outrageous price. Like it wasn't going to break your bank or anything.
It just any price to me seems outrageous when it's possible to acquire for free, you know? It's like buying a bottle
Well,
of
no,
water when there are drinking fountains around. I'm like, I'm not
well
fucking
as
spending my money on this.
as we've discussed, there's these for some men they can't attain
That's
this
true. And you know
for
what?
free.
Sometimes it's a struggle for just, other people as well. Not
Well,
naming
no, for a
names, but
gal,
could be myself.
I, I know I understand that hell, but where am I going with this? I'm not saying it's not easy to attain sex, but
But
it's
it's possible.
it's possible, and even for these guys that claim they can't attain it for free, if they really, really put their effort in and really
Right.
focused in on it, I think you
And
could.
possibly, if maybe their standards were too high in a certain area, lower those.
Well, that's what I meant
Yeah.
by like really focusing and having.
I'll say it. I'm
You're
going to be the asshole. I'm going to say it. If you can't get laid, there's someone out there who would sleep with you. So your standards are the issue in that case. Which
well, it may
I'm
not
not
be.
saying abandon your standards. I'm just saying if you don't want to, then quit bitching.
It may not be standards. I mean, they may have lower standards, but they're just socially awkward and they can't. They creep people out when they talk to them, even if they're even if it's a fellow ugly person. If you're creepy, they still gonna be like, I may not want to sleep with you. Um,
Yeah. No, but like, I mean, I think that that's still a standards issue because, like, there's got to be someone out there who is as awkward as you, and maybe they're just not approaching that person. You know what I mean? It's like there's someone out there who's compatible with you.
True, but it's
Maybe
just a
that's it.
matter. It's a matter of finding them. Like to find another creepy, awkward
Yes,
person that you
it can
also
be
would like
hard
to sleep.
work.
I think it would be hard because I've had some like, um, I ran into some creepy dudes. I'm like, man, I was like, yeah, this would be hard for you to get laid. I get it. Like I thought I had problems. Like talking to you, I'm like, Jesus, this may be an impossibility. I don't know. You're fucking creeping me out. I can only
Oh my
imagine
god,
if you wanted to do
put
something.
your dick in someone,
Yeah. Ugh.
and
It's nothing nastier.
then putting your dick in someone.
When you sometimes you just think about random people and you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
someone lets them put their dick in them or whatever. It's like, and then you get these intrusive. I think they're called intrusive thoughts. I don't know.
Yes.
Sometimes it just everyone knows these things just pop into your head and you try to
Yep.
push them away, but you're just like stuff like that. I have that. That happens to me. And I'm like,
See, I don't have that come up for me in regards to like being repulsed. But I have it come up for me a lot with just like people that I know or I'm friends with or like our coworkers or something, and I'm like, they have sex. I wonder
yeah,
what they're like. Like, and not
yeah.
like in a I want to have sex with you
No,
way, but just like a like that's weird to think that like that person has sex. Like, I don't know.
no, I agree. Totally, we come from like such a repressed country that like I feel like you should be able to like be like, yeah, you have sex. That's a thing,
Right, and it
and not
shouldn't
like
be
feel weird
weird.
about it. And it's like, but yeah, like just a random acquaintance, you're like, just like, yeah, it like dawns on you one day because you don't generally don't go around just thinking about people having sex, but it hits you,
Right.
and you're like, man, that's just, and you just think about the logistics of it. You're like, what does it look like? Not even, but not in
Yeah.
a, like you're saying, not in a, you're not getting off on it. You're just like,
No.
what is that even like?
Yeah, it's scientific.
Yeah, it really is. It's very cold, and yeah, I think that's maybe a lot. I think people have these thoughts, they just don't talk about them, but
Yeah.
we should.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, it's probably entered my mind that you have sex,
Yep.
and
Same.
I wonder what it's like.
Hey, feel free to message us or hit us up on Twitter if you want to send us your poop face or your cum face.
I mean, let us guess which one it is. Like,
Oh, that's a fun game.
yeah, ooh, that's definitely a shit. And then they surprise you,
And they're
like,
like,
no,
nope.
that was a shit. It's one of those really small ones where you're like, that's it, and you go on with your day.
Wait, small shit or small orgasm?
No, small shit.
Got it.
You know, sometimes when you gotta go to the bathroom and it's a little thing, pebble comes out, and you're just like, oh,
I guess I'm done here. Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, whatever,
Yeah.
bye. Or sometimes you have those phantoms where you take a dump and then you wipe and there's nothing to wipe, and you're like, man, that must have been such a clean release. Like, nothing.
Good job, anus.
Nothing there.
Good
You're like,
work.
wow. Rarely is it that efficient, but some days it's like, man, like what a wonderful tool God gave us.
Yeah, but then there are other days where you have to wipe like 50 times, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Those are the bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not evacuating your stool 100%.
Oh.
Just to be honest, you're probably just wiping a piece of shit
Out of your
that's
butt.
still stuck in your ass. I mean, everyone listening to this is like, no shit, we know that.
I've never thought about it in those terms.
Well, I have, because I'm like,
done. I don't like cut myself off, you know, like.
Right, but why would it take you 6 wads of toilet paper?
Yeah,
There's still something there.
It makes perfect sense. I've just never thought about it before.
Well, this reminds me of, I believe I read an article about the late great Whitney Houston, and apparently she was high on crack with her husband, and I think crack makes you constipated.
Yeah.
And like they were like on a crack binge and like trying to shit, and they couldn't, so they were like digging in each other's assholes with spoons trying to get the shit out.
Oh no!
And my dirty mind was just hilarious, just two people high on crack, but still so loving and caring of each other. It's like,
That's
honey,
true. You know, I hope I love someone that much someday that I'm willing to spoon their shit out of their asshole.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that a sweet story?
Yeah, that's love.
They're high on crack. They're constipated. It's like, look, can you just spoon it out?
I'll spoon your asshole if you spoon mine.
Yeah. There's something in there, trust me.
That
It's
is
not
partnership. That is
right,
the essence
exactly.
of partnership right there. I dig it. I have no clue where to go from that, though, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
Damn.
It left me with a ton of respect for Bobby Brown. I was like, what a guy.
What a man. I'm shook by that. I'm gonna,
and then
on my Tinder profile, I'm gonna say that's what I'm looking for, someone who would be willing to scoop out my asshole with a spoon.
Listen. You're gonna get some creepy guys. There's gonna be someone that really wants to do that, and he might be a good guy.
He might be my husband, Chet.
Yeah. Well, see, now it's always gonna be in my mind now. I'm like, I wonder if he was the guy, and he read that.
Oh my god. Dead. Well, I would tell you. You wouldn't have to wonder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. I didn't know how much you wanted to share.
Oh yeah, we're close enough. I'd share that with you.
Wow. Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Oof. But
that shook me. Hey, you know something else that's come to my mind recently?
What's that?
What is the fucking deal with, like, music videos having nothing to do with the songs?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm old as fuck, and I can't remember the last time I watched a music video.
But do you remember the first time that you ever watched a music video?
Yeah, I remember music videos. Yeah.
Because, like, I remember the first time that I ever watched a music video, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this has nothing to do with the song that I'm listening to. Why? And I was, like, genuinely pissed off and stressed. And then I kept,
Really?
yes, and then I kept watching more and more music videos, and they kept being like that. And eventually I just accepted it and got used to it, and I was like, oh, this is how they are. But, like, they're never relevant to the song. And, like, sometimes they're still really cool and, like, artistic, like, a good video, but I'm just like, why? Like, I guess where do you get the concept if not from the song that it is a video for? I don't know.
Like, do you have a example of like something that's really triggered this for you?
I think that the most recent thing that I watched was my roommate showed me that "Back to You" song. I think it's by Selena Gomez, and there was like a music video for
Okay.
that. I don't know, some like popular pop song. But it was just like it was a cool video. It was like this like it was kind of relevant. Like it was a couple going out and doing coupley things, and it was like artsy and looked like it was from like an older time and stuff like that. But I was just like, it's not really relevant to the lyrics that are transpiring here, and I don't get it.
Hmm. Um, I'm trying to think of the first music video I watched. I can't remember. The first one I remember would be you probably don't know this because I'm older than you.
Bring it on.
Um, but it's a song called Humpty Dance by Digital Underground, which was a rap group.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
That is like okay, well that's like the first music video I remember seeing. I may have seen ones before, but I remember watching that a lot. Like being, I must have been 5, 4, I don't know, somewhere in
Damn.
that age, and I remember just like dancing to that. My parents thought it was cute, so I was like, dancing to it. Um, that's the first one, and then I remember a whole bunch like right after that. They could have been around the same time, could have been the same day, and I just don't. I'm not connecting it in my memory. Maybe I was
But
just watching MTV all day. I
sure.
don't know.
Do you remember
Um,
if they were relevant to the lyrics though?
well, I believe Humpty Dance is a like a performance video. Like he's like it's like they're at a show, so he's in front of a crowd just performing the
Mm.
song.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those kind of videos. Well, I mean, you have "Thriller" by Michael Jackson. Is
That's
that a
true.
song about? Is that about dancing zombies? I never really thought about the lyrics of the song.
Well, I
Um,
don't think it's about dancing zombies specifically, but it is about zombies coming out of their graves, and they do that
okay.
during the music video, you know?
Oh yeah, it is. It's exactly about that.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? My personal favorite. Well, oof, that's hard. It's about to say my favorite music video. Now I gotta think about it
Ooh,
before I
spend
say
some time
that.
with that.
Yeah. Well, my two favorite. There's two. They're tied.
Okay.
Um, let's see. I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be older stuff because old fuck. I'm gonna go with California Love, Tupac featuring Dr. Dre. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
No, but
They're in
I
the
adore
they're in
you.
the they're in the desert. Um, it's basically like Mad Max. So really not that. Maybe it's because I like Tupac and Dr. Dre, and I like Mad Max. So it's like the kind of a perfect combination
Yeah.
on that. Number two would be November Rain, Guns N' Roses, which is kind of um, to me like the gold standard for a music video
Okay.
in the sense that it's like a mini movie. I don't know if you've ever seen
I
that, but
haven't.
it's like a whole story, but it kind of follows the song, I guess. If you thematically understand the song, then the video somewhat makes sense to it.
Mm-hmm.
But those are my two favorite music videos. The Tupac and Dr. Dre one definitely has nothing to do, as far as I can tell. I don't think it's about Mad Max or anything.
Right.
I just think they must have liked the movie, and they're like, let's just do
So you just
that.
went with it. Was the song like in the no?
No,
Duh.
no, no, no. It's like they probably grew up watching the
They
movie,
were like, here
much
we
like
are.
me. But they're like 12 years older than me,
Yeah.
or 15. I don't know how old. They're fucking 20 years older than me. I don't know. Um, what are your two favorite music
Oh
videos?
God. I don't know. I was never like huge into music videos. Probably because I was pissed after they weren't relevant to the lyrics. So I don't really think that I have
Right.
favorite music videos.
Yeah, you're a few years younger than me, so you missed like peak music video like
Yeah.
relevancy.
Yeah.
I get that they're still made and they're still relevant to an extent, but like when I was growing up, they were very like that's what MTV
Right,
was. They
yeah.
played music videos
Literally
all
just
day.
music videos, yeah.
Yeah, that and like the Real World were like the two
Oh,
things they had.
classic.
That was it. Real World. Well, they had Road Rules too, and music videos, and that's all it was. And so I seen a lot of those. I would run home after school so I could get home in time to watch Total Request Live and watch fucking Britney Spears strut her ass in that video.
Oh, hell
Uh,
yeah.
whatever that first one was, where she's the schoolgirl.
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one's
That must have been like
relevant
seventh grade.
ish. No, it's not.
Sixth.
It's not.
Why?
I feel like it's just her running around as a schoolgirl, but the song doesn't talk about being a schoolgirl. It just talks about,
Right.
yeah.
Now does hit me mean like fuck me?
See, I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking.
What if it's like just a metaphor for like hit me with your love or
right?
hurt my heart?
See, as a
again?
kid,
Or what if it's literally hit me? Maybe she's into the, like masochism.
right. She could be. I think as a sixth or seventh grader, or whatever grade I was in when this came out, I think I took it as like a metaphor.
Yeah, same.
Like hit me with your love or whatever. But also I probably thought it was funny, like, oh, maybe she likes to be smacked. Because I was an immature little kid and I was like, oh, maybe she's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it's probably supposed to mean hit me with your dick. But could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm in that camp. I think we disagree.
I remember this is something. Okay, so that video comes out, and I'm very enthralled with her or whatever. And I actually go to the record store because these existed as well, and I went and bought the CD. And I remember buying the CD, and my mom looking at me with, I'm not really sure, but she's like, really, that you want to buy that? And I'm like, yeah. I didn't know what to say. I should have. I probably could have. I don't know what she was worried about. But
well, I feel like she was probably trying to decide if you were like finally kind of like coming of age and like your hormones were raging, or if
right.
she was like maybe he's gay, like kind of trying to figure out which one of those camps you might be.
Because you're in a rock and a hard place. Because you're like, she might think I'm gay, but I can't say I'm going to jerk off to this CD booklet. So
right.
You're just like, I enjoy it. I love the music. I'm actually gay, Mom. This is the beginning of so many coming out stories where I wasn't even gay. I just I didn't know how to talk to my mom about what my true intentions were. And then I also remember I had a friend of mine who he also, after I told him I got the CD, he went out and got the CD. So now we both had the Britney Spears CD.
So you were both jerking
and I remember,
the pamphlet.
I never asked him or confirmed it with him, but I can only assume yes. But I remember even going a step further. He in the booklet.
Oh God!
This is where I kind of gave him the look that my mom gave me when I just bought the CD. In the booklet, it had like merchandise where you could order stuff out of it, and for some, yeah, I know, right? He wanted to order a Britney Spears T-shirt and wear it, and I was like, I feel like that's a little
far.
Her picture far maybe, and then I remember him going up to his dad and asking his dad to order it for him.
Oh my God!
And his dad. It was just funny. He's like, he's like, that's a girl shirt. I know maybe, I mean, he's not gay as far as I know,
right.
but I just remember having an uneasy feeling. I was like, man, a shirt, that may be a bridge too far, but who am I to judge? And if he really wanted the shirt, he should have, like, even if you're straight, you should definitely be able to rock a Britney
Right,
Spears
wear what
shirt.
you
Like,
want.
see, I was growing up in the repressed late '90s, early 2000s, whenever this
Right.
was. So even I was like, oh, I don't know, man, a Britney Spears shirt. But I should have been like, you know what? You should definitely go ask your dad to buy
Yeah,
that
live
for you.
your fucking life,
And
bro.
yeah, and if he says no, well,
Are
what
you
a
still
jerk.
friends with this guy?
But
Maybe we should send him a Britney Spears shirt.
yeah, I don't know. I am friends with him, but I don't know if he would if he retained this
Memory.
no, memory. So just
This
be
knowledge.
and then I'd have to be like, oh, remember you asked your dad for a Britney Spears shirt, and
No.
he'd be like, no. I'm
But
like,
thanks,
oh.
I guess.
Well, it left an impression on me. I thought maybe you
Yeah.
still wanted it.
I felt like I needed to fulfill this childhood
So,
dream for you.
because we were friends for years after that, and I've still talked to him, and I've never brought it up. So I don't know if it's a shared. I don't know if it's a shared memory. I was like, that's something you don't bring up. You just
Yeah,
leave
you let
that
it lie.
where it lit. I let that lie. But who the heck knows? Maybe he's been pining for this Britney Spears shirt the
Yeah, like
entire
maybe
time.
it's like a complex that he has, and he's just never been able to bring himself to
Right.
buy the shirt because he's been, it's repressed now, this desire.
Maybe I'll just send him a copy of the CD because he'll probably definitely remember that he bought the CD. But I don't know if he'll remember wanting to ask for the. And he's the kind of guy he'd probably put that in and be like, "Thanks.
Aww.
I've been wanting to listen to this." So maybe I'll do that one of
My
these
little
days.
heart.
But I just remember that whole like mind game of when you're like a young boy becoming a man and you're buying this music, but I mean, I must have really I got to think I probably really did like the song. I listened to it a lot,
But
but
like, what was going on in your head
there's
while you were listening to the song? Were you just picturing her tits, or were you actually enjoying the music? You know?
well, I'm a classy guy. I probably was picturing marriage and
Aww. Yeah.
children and but probably
Well, yeah.
sex as well in addition because that's just part of the
Right.
package. But I was probably a little more idealistic than just the sex.
Aww.
And also I was probably like, she's really rich. I was like, this would be the
Yeah, I
perfect
should definitely
scenario.
put a ring on that, or have her put a ring on me, since she's
Yeah,
the wealthy one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But you know, in hindsight though, she's really not my type. Or maybe I guess my tastes just have changed.
They've
But
matured.
as a maturity, yeah, as a man, that doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, I'm not saying I want to have sex with Britney Spears because I definitely would
Right.
if he was like magically appeared and was like, I am willing to do this. I was like, well, why would I say
Right.
no?
I wouldn't say no.
Right. I think most people, if presented with an opportunity, are going to take it, if only for the story.
Yeah.
Britney Spears showed up at my house,
Asked me to put my
we had
dick in her, and
sex.
so I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, she said, hit me, baby, one more time. And I was like,
You got it.
let's try. I've been waiting. Can I get a free shirt? A friend of mine,
We'll come
he's been
for
wanting one.
shirt.
Yes. I, um, but yeah, I mean, all power to her. I felt for her when she had her mental breakdown, and I'm glad she seems to be doing all
Yeah,
right.
I remember like when that happened, me being like all like a judgy little bitch at the time, you know, like what? And then like in my older
Mm-hmm.
years, I remember at one point I was just like going through some shit and I was so stressed out and sad and I was suddenly like, I get it, Brittany. Like,
I get it.
I do not judge you anymore. I want to shave my head. I almost did. My hair is really short now.
It's almost there.
Yeah, I keep just getting closer and closer. Like someday I'm just gonna be bald and I know it.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
It's good. I'm gonna be bald soon too,
Perfect.
but
We can be bald
it's just
together.
it's just gonna fall out. But
Bald buddies.
nonetheless, maybe I'll get one of those cool toupees or something. I don't know.
Oh, they're so cool, bro.
I know, right? That's what I always think. I could
Yeah.
grow like a mustache. Just have a creepy. I don't know. I'm trying to plan my like 50 to 80, like what I'm gonna do with my life.
Oh,
Kind
it's
of
gonna
plan
be
ahead.
so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, not really like I don't have any savings or retirement or anything. Dude, do you ever read articles where it's like you're this old, you should have this much money saved, and you're like,
Fuck.
Who? Who?
Yeah.
Who?
How? In what world? I have that much
I'm gonna.
money in debt.
I was like, you're a few years younger than me, and I believe you're supposed to already have like 50 grand in the
Yeah.
bank or some bullshit.
Hilarious.
I was reading it and I was like, huh. Do, I understand that there are people that do have this, but I,
I am not one of them. I don't think I've ever made
yeah,
that much in my life.
yeah. You look at these numbers, you're like, really? You should have that much? I'm like, okay. Well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's like,
but
where do I get that from?
yeah. And then I'm not even in debt. And then I have my friends like younger than me and my age who are like in debt still from school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. I'm like, what the? And that's a real scare tactic they use.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, I don't, I think I'm just not like capable of applying myself that much. Well, I am capable, but I won't do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do a job that I hate to make that much money, and I'm not going to like work hard enough to create a job that I love by like doing my own business or like pursuing a higher degree or anything like that to make that much money. So it's just not going to happen. Like unless I
I
stumble
know.
into it by sheer dumb luck.
I always feel like it's a double-edged sword. I like feel bad for those people that have to like do jobs that they hate. Like they hate
Right.
themselves and their lives.
But then I deliver mail to their nice ass house, and I'm like, you know what? I could hate my life for this. Like, this is good. I was on a street today, and
Yeah.
every fucking house on the street had its own like security gate. Like you can buzz
Ooh.
in or like
Wow.
punch in your number, and like the
Ooh.
gate will open, and then like the houses were just huge and gorgeous and just ridiculous. It was, I don't know, it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it in real life.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I wonder
Nah.
if you hate your job.
They probably do, but then some of them probably don't, and those are the real assholes.
Yeah, like, fuck you, you have a life you love and you're thriving, go to hell. You son of a bitch.
Right. Why? And it's I'm perfectly fine like being poor and being happy.
Yeah,
That's cool too. But
same.
and I guess like you would probably I think that's the better path to take than to be rich and to be miserable.
Yeah. Well, I
I mean, you
think,
only have one life.
right. But I'm thinking
I
that
tend to believe.
maybe, like, as I was, like, on this street, I was like, you know, if I were these people, instead of getting these really nice houses, I would have just, like, lived a normal, like life like how I am living, expense-wise, and just, like, stop working, like, because I have all this money. But then I was like, you know, honestly, no, I probably wouldn't. I would probably do exactly what they did because it's just never enough. You know, like once I have enough money to have this nice shit, then I want the nice shit. You know what I mean?
Right, and they're probably still a lot of them, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are probably still in fucking debt. They're probably living well above their means
Yeah,
still.
that could be
You know
true
what I
too.
mean? They're
Yeah,
probably still chasing the
chasing that
dragon
dollar.
or
Yeah,
yeah, chasing that. I mean, and but you do sometimes like I know people that live very frugal, and you would not think they were as wealthy as they are.
yeah, that's
And
also
you're
true.
like some of these fucking farm folk, they look like they're fucking dirt poor, and then they die, and then you find out they had like whatever
Yeah,
few million, yeah, $5 million, whatever
right.
tucked away. You're like, what the fuck? They, but sadly, I'm not related to it. I don't know any of those people, but
They're not
I've
my
heard of it
kin.
happening.
Yeah,
Heard of it happening before, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want like the big house and all that.
hmm,
I guess I'm saying what you're saying. The security is the main thing with that. Like the not the fences, the security of like
that's where I thought you
like
were
you have
going.
no. Well, the main thing is they have the fences, so the unwanteds can't get in there.
Yeah,
No, I mean the security of the financial security
right,
that you have that at least in case something would happen, so you don't have to be having anxiety about little things.
right,
Um, that's the only benefit to me of like having any sort of money is that you don't have to freak out about small things. Like you don't
right.
have to worry about having a fucking grocery budget.
Or
You're like,
like,
okay, I want to eat. I can go do it. or
Yeah.
anything you extend that to rent or
Or if
gas,
your
just little shit.
cat
Go
gets
ahead.
sick suddenly again for the 15th time and you have to take her to the vet.
Yeah, and the vet gives you that look like,
This will be
this is
another
gonna,
$400.
this is gonna be $300, and then you're like, they don't say that, but they're giving you, they're like, yeah, we'll try to keep the costs down, and I'm like, well, fuck. I was like, now you're making me feel good. I was like, you can do whatever the fuck you need to do to keep it alive. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I don't have the money, but yeah, fucking cats, man.
Yeah.
You think that's a low maintenance animal? It ain't.
Well,
It's a kid.
I think most of them are, and you just drew the short straw on the cat
I
deal.
did, and then I was fucking slyly fucking left with it by the other owner.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and leave that. You don't you. I think you guys have more of a connection. Well, I mean, I am rather fond of it,
Yeah.
but
I love that you call her it all the time.
well,
I guess you don't want to assume it's gender.
It's been fixed or whatever. I don't know what that entails. Does it?
I think it's still
spay?
biologically female.
Well, I don't know. I've never asked, so I haven't confirmed. I don't know what's going on in its head, what it's doing. It showed no sexual or like proclivity or anything,
Sure.
so I have no idea. I can imagine that thing. It'd be fucking a creep. It'd be some kind of pervert if it was. If that thing was sexual.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking sick, dark shit.
So true.
That I can't be responsible for. I'm like, yeah, I own her, but I don't have any say over
the weird shit that she's into.
Yeah, I'd probably like fucking, hey, let's go hang out in the kitty litter box. Won't that be fun? And then all of a sudden, she's fucking cutting you, and who knows? She'd be into some sick shit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. Or she may be so simple-minded that I can't tell if she's. Sometimes I think she's really dumb, and then sometimes I think she's just really smart. She's tricking me into thinking she's really dumb. Right. So I haven't quite figured it out yet. It's been like, Jesus, I've had that thing for a long time now.
Yeah.
Since 2013, maybe.
Damn.
14. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
It's been a while. So.
How long do those things live?
I know, that's what I asked. I was like, this thing might be dying soon. I don't know. I think it's. I keep saying it's 4 years old, and then every time I see it, I'm like, that's a goddamn lie. You've had that thing for like 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how old the fucking. I don't know. It just showed up one day. It was smaller when I originally got it, and it got bigger, and then it kind of stayed that size for a few years. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's still here. It's still kicking.
Yeah.
When it's time to go, it will be time to go, and we'll fucking send her on her way. And I'll get some ashes made or whatever. Wear a fucking necklace. Everyone will be like, "What's that? It's my fucking cat's ashes." I'm like, okay. Not a little strange. I don't know.
I dig it.
Maybe not. I don't know. Would you get your cat's ashes?
Well, I haven't had a cat in several years, so like my heart says no, but I haven't had that connection for a long time, so maybe I would. I'd get your cat's ashes. Animal.
Well, I'll give you some. Perfect. I'm sure there's be some to go. There'll be a lot to go around. Yeah. I don't know. She's good size. I don't know. I don't know how much ash you get out of that. I'll ask the vet next time. I'm like, hey, if I fucking incinerate this thing when we kill it,
how many ash
that's what we're gonna do.
Can I make?
Yeah. What do you think? Can I get an estimate?
God.
Oh, I know you can do it because my parents got our family cat cremated, and my mom was like, "Do you want some ash?" And I was like, "I'll
pass.
I don't know. I'll be okay." I wasn't that close with the cat.
Yeah. Did they get necklaces made?
They got I think they got some of the ash, and then my mom took the ash and went to my grandma's fucking grave and dug a hole and put the ash in there. So the cat's buried with my grandma. And I was like, I told my mom, I was like, I think it's illegal to dig in a cemetery. She's like, well, I'm put these fucking ashes in here. I'm like, okay, right on.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah, so the cat's in a family. It's in a family plot.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's with my grandma.
that's true.
So
Wow.
she's there. I don't think this. Well, yeah, I take that back. This cat did know my grandma. I don't know. I don't know if they got along or not. I should ask my mom that. I'm like, I don't. Should he be putting them together? I don't know if
Right.
they were buds or anything.
There
My
might
grandma's
be
probably like, what
some
the fuck?
bad juju there. Yeah, I was trying to rest in
Yeah.
peace.
You know, you gave me this thing.
Yeah.
It was a pretty docile cat from what I remember, though. I don't think it was noisy or disruptive.
Yeah.
It just wasn't friendly. It was one of those cats where you couldn't like touch it because it would like bite you or
Yeah.
claw you. So that's why we weren't that close.
Sure, that makes sense. We
Yeah.
had a family cat when I was like 8 that died, and like I loved that cat at the time. But like my mom will like still bring it up sometimes. Like she'll see like another cat and she'll be like, "Oh, does that remind you of our cat?" And I'll be like, I just don't. I like that was so long ago for me. I was so like not developed, and so much has changed for me in that time frame that I just don't really remember this like you do because you were an adult.
Right.
So I always feel like shit because I'll be like, "What are you talking about?" Or like, "Oh no, I don't remember that story." Or like, "I don't really still feel attached to this cat that's been dead for like 15 years." No, like,
Well, you lucked out. I'm sure. I know I told the story about my dead dog, or I think I
I
did.
don't remember it.
Whatever. Anyways, my dog died, and if it's brought up, if my mom says anything about a dog, I'm like, oh yeah, you killed my dog, and then she gets really upset, and I'm like, well, I'm not trying to get you. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty.
I'm just saying facts.
I'm just saying a fact. I had a pet dog when I was like 5, like 4 and 5,
Mhm.
and you didn't chain it up when we left, when I left for school, and you're like, oh, when I was a kid, we just let dogs run around the neighborhood,
Oh my god.
and then I don't need to fill in the story, but
No, I want to know what happened.
I thought I told this story before. Maybe
I
I
really
don't know.
don't
It's so
remember it.
okay. I went to I don't know where the hell I went. I went to my daycare. I think I wasn't even in school, or maybe it was the
Damn.
summer.
Yeah.
I went to daycare. My mom like just let the dog like just open the door and was like, "Oh, here you go, dog." This yard doesn't have a fence,
Oh god.
and she didn't chain it up. She just let it go. And I guess her justification was when she's a kid, you just let dogs fucking wander around the fucking neighborhood. I don't know. She grew up in the fucking 60s and 70s. People were fucking dumb then.
Sure.
Or maybe my grandparents were just dumb. I don't know. Because I was like, I really questioned it. I was like, are you sure people in the 60s and 70s just let their fucking dogs roam around without an offense? But she swore by it. Anyways, the fucking dog got ran over by the fucking car or whatever.
Oh.
And like we come home,
Car.
no, a car.
Mm.
So we come home from daycare and we're driving to the street in front of my house, and there's the fucking dog with its head crushed into the cement. And I'm like, I was like, Mom, that's Wolfie. And she's like, no. She's like, I don't think it is. Let me go check. But in my head, like I'm not a dumb kid. I'm like, that's definitely my dog.
Yeah.
And she like, I see her go out and look. I can tell by her body language. She's like, oh shit, that's his dog.
Yeah.
So he comes back, and then I was, really upset. That's when it's like the first thing that died.
Yeah.
So I was really upset about that. Anyways, so I've always held. I don't hold it against my mom, but anytime she brings up a dog, it's just an automatic response.
Yeah.
Like it's her. I feel like it's her karma for her negligence, and she's. I'm not gonna apologize for it. If she ever brings up a dog, I'm sorry.
Remember when you killed my dog?
And it's like, oh, remember, I had a dog. And then for years, you guys would rub it in by being like, that dog was such a sweet dog. That was just the perfect dog ever.
Yeah, I would have
that
loved
thing
to
would
keep
roll
it
over.
around.
Yeah, it would roll over, shake hands. It'd always sleep with you. Look at all these cute pictures of it sleeping with you. I'm like, yes, I remember you. This is the one you killed and took away from me.
Took away from me long before I needed to lose it.
Right. And then, so, it's just a slight, it's not even a grudge. It's, I've like, outwardly I forgive her, but just subconsciously it's just in my head. It's just anytime a dog is brought up, I have to say something. I don't know what it is. I can't control it. It just comes out.
Sure.
I need to talk to a shrink or something. But, I'm over it. I'm not upset about it. I mean, I believe I'm not, the reason I don't want to buy a dog, it may be deep rooted in that. I don't know. Maybe I think naturally, honestly, I'm more of a cat person.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's why or if I just, you know, I didn't have a cat growing up, but if I would have, maybe I would have loved it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But but now with this cat, I'm thinking maybe fuck, maybe I would like a
Yeah.
dog because dogs seem way simpler than this motherfucker.
But they're so like
But
high maintenance. They have so much. They needed like attention and
this
walking and going out and stuff.
well, this cat needs attention in so much as like I need to make sure it's not killing itself all the
That's
time, and then
true.
if it is, I have to take it to the vet. And then you call these fucking vets, and you're like, this thing's killing itself. And they're like, well, we're booked up for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what do I do? They're like, well, you can take it to the emergency vet. And you're like, well, yeah, but that costs like $1,000.
Right.
Like, They're like, yeah.
Good luck.
And then there's just like, they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, this is obviously the difference between like medicine for humans and medicine for animals.
Right.
They're like, well, yeah, it probably will just die. And they're just like, okay. But, I mean, yeah, I can't take it to the animal fucking emergency. I have taken it to the emergency hospital, but I'll never do that again because that was a fucking, uh, that was a bill.
Yeah. What's the
Bill
deal?
and a half. But anyways, I'm an animal lover. That thing, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know, where do we go from your dead dog? That's a tough one.
Well, so I have one more thought on that on that story.
Sure.
Even if the dog would be okay, like being let out and it'll come back and it won't get hurt, like you still just can't like let your dogs run loose because they could hurt other people. Like
Yeah.
that's
I know.
illegal.
I know. This is what I say to her every time. I'm like, I was like, no one does that unless you're like an idiot or you're white trash. No one just lets their dog.
Right.
And then,
Or like if you live out in the middle of nowhere and it's like a farm dog or something. Like
right. This was in a town.
Right.
This was in a small city. Small town, not a small city.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say that every time. Like, that's illegal. No one does that. I was like, that's not allowed.
Yeah.
I don't care if your parents did it in the 60s. That's not a thing. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's not allowed anymore. And like if there was like a child running around the block or something and it attacked a child, like it could kill a child. Or like
I feel like maybe my mom wasn't that attentive because one time my sister, like when she was a toddler, like just walked out of the house and like walked across the street to like a park and, and just disappeared for like 45 minutes.
Oh my god.
Because my mom, but I'm not criticizing women. Maybe she had postpartum depression. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't paying. You're busy when you're a mother. She's cleaning the fucking house.
Right.
The guy's not helping her. She's stressed out. The kid walks out the door without her paying attention.
Yeah, that shit happens.
But I do remember that. I remember that happening. My dad coming. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He's probably out not doing shit. But I remember him coming home and being like, "Where's the kid?" My mom being like, "What? I've been cleaning." And they're like, "She's not here." And then they found her in the park across the street, fucking just wandering around. She was my sister was very precocious, rambunctious. I don't know. We used to have to put like move fucking chairs and fucking dressers in front of the doors and windows so she wouldn't like climb out or like open it. She'd like climb up, undo the locks and the fucking deadbolts and all that shit. Like she was a real like wild little kid, like toddler, like young. Like I didn't want to fucking go outside, but it might have just been her. She would have found a way out.
Kids suck, dude.
Right? I'm really like I've always been kind of ambivalent about kids, but the older I get, the more I'm like I'm not even like I think they're okay. They're cool. They're sweet little things. Yeah. They're cool to talk to and hang out with, but to like actually own one,
yikes!
Like to have that ownership stake in a child.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's a lot of like, oh my gosh. What if something happens? And then it's like, what if you fuck up? You do something wrong, or the kid hates you, or you get a divorce, and now you're fucking putting the kid through this thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Well, my thought is like, I'm not like selfless enough to be a good parent, at least not to a young kid. Like, I won't play games with you. I don't want to like run around and play tag or go outside. Like I don't want to get up off the couch to play Barbies with you. So like I'm just not going to do it because I know that I'm just not like a good enough person to do that kind of shit. But what I'm thinking
Right.
is that if I
Mm-hmm.
decide that I want kids, I will like foster or adopt like older children because I'm like I could sit and like talk with you
Yeah.
about life and like I can deal with you like screaming at me that you hate me and I can deal with like talking to you about tough issues. Like that's all stuff that I'm good for. But what
Right.
what's the
And
like
then
clapping in the
maybe
background?
oh, that's me. I was jerking on that thing again.
Wait.
Just an unconscious habit. No. 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 As I'm just playing with the old stick shift. I mean, literally, it's a gear
Yeah.
shift. Um, what was I gonna say?
Something about
Oh yeah,
adopting.
if you adopt an older kid too, you can just do the thing where like they call like you could even like they just call you by your name,
Yeah.
so like you even feel like less of a parent because they just call you Kelsey, and you're like you're just cool. It's like a young friend kind of, but you give them advice and try to steer them in the right
Yeah, and I take
direction,
care of them.
and like yeah, maybe you do love them, or you learn to love them, or maybe you get it and it's a mistake and you guys don't have
Oh
chemistry, and then you're like,
god.
"Fuck, I shouldn't have adopted this
Good
thing.
thing I'm only gonna
Why
have
did I
it for
adopt
4
you?
years.
Fuck you, Jake, or whatever your name is." I don't
Well,
know.
the other nice thing about this option is like, okay, if I like made a baby with someone, there'd be so much pressure
Mm-hmm.
to not like this is gonna sound awful. There'd be so much pressure to not like fuck them up. But if I'm adopting a kid, they're probably already like a little bit fucked up. Like they've probably already got some baggage. So
Right.
it's like I'm not gonna ruin you and I stand a chance at helping you. In fact.
Yeah, you stand a very good chance at being the best thing ever in their life.
Yes. Like one of the better parental figures that they have had.
Right.
Whereas if I create a baby, I'm like, all I'm gonna do is like fuck you up in some way. Like I will give you a complex despite my best efforts to not give you any complexes. So like
And
pressure's
also,
off.
I feel like if I did like co-create a baby with
Mm-hmm.
someone, I also feel like maybe if I start to see like things in this kid that I don't like or defects or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm gonna start to like blame it on the other person.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. I don't know if I would do this. I don't know if this is really part of my personality, but I'm saying what
It
if
could, yeah.
like yeah, just something in this kid like something negative about, and you're like, oh fuck, it's because I co-created with this person and I should have known better.
Yeah.
Now it's in their DNA.
Or
I
like,
tried. I gave you all I had,
yeah.
and it wasn't enough. You still have some of them,
Yeah.
and they got some
Well, and
darkness.
that could even reach back to like yourself or your own family. Like, oh, you
Right.
have this, and like that's clearly from my mother. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
She'll. That's why you let the dog
Son
out,
of a bitch. Again
because
with Woofy.
your grandmother. Well, another postscript on that dog.
Yes.
I always was under the impression its name was Wolf E, like a wolf E,
Oh.
and that's what I thought the name was, but I don't think I could do the L's.
So it was Woofy.
I still so it was Wolfie, and remember telling my mom for years, I'm like, it's Wolfie, and she's like, no, its name was Wolfie. And I'm like, no, I was trying to say Wolfie, and I couldn't say it, so you just called it Wolfie, but the intent.
Was
And and my mom was just like, no. And I'm like, I was like, who the fuck named it? She's like, you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you said Woofy. And I was
I
like,
know what I
do you not
meant.
understand what she's like, I think you're making that up as the years have gone. I'm like, no, I definitely meant Wolfie.
Yeah.
She's like, because I remember one day I was going through pictures, I flipped it around, it said Chet and Woofy. And I was like, Woofy?
That's
What
not
the
his
fuck?
name.
That's not his name. I went to my mom. I'm like, what is this shit? And she's like, yeah, that's Wolfie. I was like, yeah, the dog you killed. His name was Wolfie.
Huh.
So,
If it's any
they
consolation,
don't,
my sixth grade teacher was also incapable of pronouncing the L in wolf, and he would say woof, and he was a grown ass man. So, and I remember that. I'm
well,
so petty. Are you listening to this? Sixth grade Kelsey was such a petty ass bitch that she caught that error, and she held on
well,
to it until she was 25. Like, I still have
what
this.
is it? It doesn't surprise me. I say all kinds of fucked up shit, and you remind me.
That's
So,
true. I hold on to these things. I don't even remember that guy's name, but I remember what he looks like, and I remember that he couldn't say wolf.
It's Mr. Woofy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm so petty.
Wolf, wolf, wolfy,
Woof.
wolfy, wolf, wolf, wolf,
Wolvie.
wolfy, 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 wolfy. I, you know, I don't know.
Come on. There was so much build up in that moment.
I don't know where I was going. I don't know what I was saying. I really do believe the dog's name was Wolfie. That's all. With an L.
I'm with you on that.
Wolfie. Wolfie. My mom still clings to Wolfie. I don't know why she's so fucking. Why she cares? She killed
Yeah,
it, but
bitch.
I guess she figures. I killed it. I should get to say what its name was. I don't know. Wolfie. We got a replacement dog. We got a replacement dog a few years later. Its name was Bandit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ugh, didn't work.
Were you all the time just like, well, this isn't Wolfie?
I don't know. I don't know if I can put it in that context, but I just remember not caring for it. And we didn't have we just didn't have that chemistry that me and Wolfie had.
Yeah.
But oh well. Well, I can't believe you had a teacher that said woof woof.
I know. I was like, sixth grade me was like, you're an adult. It's pronounced wolf. Like, I was pissed. I could not handle it.
Well, see, so he wasn't man enough to be like, listen, I can't pronounce L's. I'm talking about a wolf.
Well, and here's what happened too. He was trying to like be very, very serious because our mascot was the wolf. Like we were the Emerson Huff Wolves.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so he was like,
this is his nightmare.
He was trying to like give this really like impassioned like speech about like how we have to be like the wolf like in life. And he just kept saying woof.
Oh.
And I was like sitting in my desk like, no. Like this is so bad. And I couldn't like take anything that he was saying seriously because he just kept saying woof instead of wolf.
How could you? He sounded like a 5-year-old Chet.
I know. I was like, excuse me, I'm in 6th grade and do you need some help pronouncing your L's? Like,
oh my.
I was such a bitch.
You were. Damn. What's your problem?
Sometimes I think like, oh my god, I've changed so much throughout the course of my life, and then I think back to moments like that, and I'm like, I am the same petty asshole. Like,
I have a hard time, like, even, I don't even know if I would know who, like, recognize me as a kid. I can't even, I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Like, because you have that thing where, like, you'll go visit family or friends, and they'll be like, oh, you're this and this when you're a kid, and you're like, really?
What?
What? They'll be like, oh, he did this, and like, well, that's Chet, and I'm like, I don't know, that's me. I didn't.
Yeah, my family will say things like, oh, you were really happy and outgoing, and I'll be like, what?
Like, it does not sound like me.
It doesn't sound like me at all.
Maybe I spent too much time with you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anytime there's a flaw, I just go to blaming the family.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's easiest. It almost always is like you can make that work in some way.
Right. Well, I do feel like they bear a lot of responsibility, and I think this goes back to what we were saying about having kids.
Yeah.
You bear a lot of responsibility as a child, and also, yeah, I don't want to be fucking old as fuck, and I got some fucking young adult coming at me and be like, you fucked me up.
Right.
You killed my dog.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm so
especially
sorry.
Like, if you tried your hardest, like it'd be different if I was like an aloof parent and then they came back and they're like, yeah, you're an asshole, and I'd be like, yeah, you're not wrong. But like if I tried so hard to do it right and then I still fucked him up. Yeah.
Right, yeah. If you put forth like an effort and then you're like, you still didn't accomplish it, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry. We didn't have the fucking house with the fence or whatever. I don't know.
Right. I didn't mean to let your dog have its head ground into the pavement. Wasn't on purpose.
I bought you the fucking Britney Spears CD. What else do you want?
I know you jerked off to that. Because you didn't turn out gay.
Yeah. Remember when you were in 7th or 8th grade and I was like, Chet, we're going to finally buy a door for your bedroom.
Oh my God.
You know why?
That's important.
Yeah. I didn't have a door for the longest time.
Listen, kids need a space to explore, dude. You gotta get a door on your bedroom.
I don't think I had a door till like it might have been like ninth or 10th grade.
Oof,
I think I was in high school. Yeah, because they just bought a house and this bedroom didn't have a door on it, and
that
they're like, "That's
sucks.
your room," and I was like, "That doesn't have a fucking door," and they're like, "Yeah." I'm like,
This fucking sucks. How am I supposed to
I,
choke my chicken?
yeah, I got this fucking Britney Spears. I still got that Britney Spears CD case. So
It's
I
like,
need that.
I can't take this pamphlet into the shower with me, it'll get wet. Where am I
Yeah,
supposed to choke
that's
it?
that's gonna look very suspicious. You're gonna know. Oh, Chet's walking in there with the Britney Spears booklet. God damn it! It's gonna be
He's
another.
at it
It's gonna be.
again. This is the
It's gonna
third
be
time
another.
today.
That's gonna be another 35-minute shower. God damn! I gotta pay the water bill for that. I'm like, well, if you don't want to pay the water bill, buy
Get
me a
me a
fucking
door.
door. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the door. Yeah, it's like, fuck, do I do it in the closet? I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Right, like what are
And
you doing chilling in the closet with the door shut?
yeah. I know it's a small closet, too, so I don't, it wouldn't have been comfortable.
Right,
And
you
there
don't
wasn't
want
a
to like.
light inside.
Oh man, jerking it in the dark.
I know, like, probably could have got fucking jizz on my starter jacket or something. Went to
Or you could
school.
have
They're like,
like
what's
injured
that?
yourself.
That? I mean, all kind. Who knows? I never went for it, but I mean, the thought crossed my mind. I was like, it's
Right.
a door. It's a separate room. Why not? And I was like, well, there's no light, so then thus I can't look at the CD booklet. I got no visual.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know. As a kid, you don't really need a visual. You can just use your fucking imagination and the
Yeah.
fucking things, or you get that fucking Bill Clinton deposition.
I forgot about
Pull
that.
that, you pull that out. That that can get you going. I mean, there's all you can use anything really.
You know what thought just occurred to me? So I'm a woman, so I never had to deal with this, but like for men, like the first time or first few times that they like jerk off, like is the is the jizz surprising? Like how do you handle that at first? Like do you know how A that it's
oh
going to
goodness.
happen and B like how it's going to happen, I guess. Like like I
Well,
feel like I would make a mess all over because I would just be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I've not spoken about this with another man that I can think of, so I don't know how it is for all guys, but I
Sure.
can tell you for me.
Yeah.
I gotta dig back into my memory bank here. Oddly, I don't know. Is this a guy thing? See, I'm not talking to another guy, but you definitely remember your first orgasm, right? Or no?
Yeah, I do.
As a woman, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just a human thing. You're definitely gonna remember that.
Yeah, because you're like, whoa.
Yeah, and you're kind of,
My body's capable of this. I'm gonna do it all the time.
here's how I recall it. I started so young. The first time I did it, there was no jizz.
Oh.
Yeah, I started like way too early.
So you're like cruising along in life, and then all of a sudden, jizz is a thing, and then so how was that? What was that like?
Well, no. Well, I feel like in my memory, like in my mind, I could be wrong. I feel like the jizz happened like maybe the second or third time. Like the first time, there was definitely like a dry orgasm type feeling, but there was no liquid at all,
Right.
and I was just kind of like, "Oh, that's it?" I was like,
That's
"Cool,"
it.
but also in my head, I had been exposed to pornography at a very young age, so I knew there was supposed to be jizz.
Yeah, you had some
Like I knew.
expectations.
Yeah, I conceptually, like, I kind of understood. But then I did it, and it didn't happen. So then I was like, well, maybe not everyone jizzes. Maybe just certain people do or whatever.
Sure,
I was like,
yeah.
but nonetheless, I was like, oh, it felt pretty good. Maybe I'll try that again. I don't know. And then I remember I tried it, and it did happen. But I didn't. I had the opposite problem of a mess. I didn't know where it went.
Oh.
Yeah, I just.
You're like, I want to clean up after myself, but where to go?
Yeah, I just like rocketed out, and I was like, to be perfectly honest, I don't have a very vivid memory of it, but I believe I did. I never found it. I believe somewhere in the family bathroom there was just some dry jizz somewhere. I think I gave up trying to find. I was like, I don't know
If I
where the
can't
fuck.
find it, no one else will either.
Yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, because I feel like I gave it a good,
Yeah.
effort to find it because I was really worried. I was like, oh god, what was that? What is that? That's the thing that happens in the videos. I was like, okay, cool, it's all working. I'm like, where did it go? I was like, it came out with like a force I was not expecting. And I was like, Jesus Christ. So in that way, it was shocking. I mean, in my mind, as an adult, like, this is a memory, but it was like a flash. It was like, and it was gone. I was like, whoa. I
Whoa.
was like, what the hell? I was like, where did it go? And I remember panicking, looking for it. I was like, I don't know how much detail the listeners want, but I was like I figure this happens a lot with guys. Like you're doing it when you're taking a bath or a shower because that's a good time to
Right.
check yourself out or whatever.
You're alone,
and
you're naked, it's private, it's quiet, yeah.
But for some reason, the way in which I chose to do it, which please no one judge me, I don't know why I did it this way.
My body is so ready to hear this. I'm so ready.
What? Well, I was standing up in the bathtub, like facing outwards, like towards the open bathroom area. That's how I was doing it. And that's why when it went, it just disappeared somewhere into the bathroom. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
for some reason that's the way I went with that. But yeah, that was thrilling.
That's hilarious.
That's when I became a man. Um,
I'm gonna ask like other men in my life, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how surprising was your jizz?
yeah. Like I knew it existed, but
yeah. But like,
I wasn't
100%
sure.
Like how it's gonna come out, like how much force. Right. Is it gonna be projectile? Right. Is it just gonna seep out? Like what's gonna happen?
Right. And I think another reason I was a little confused is like in the pornography I'd seen. It wasn't like I'd seen tons of porn as a 4th or 5th grader, however the fuck old I was. I don't know. Yeah. But I had seen a couple, and it may have been my memory's hazy, but it may have been the same porn, like just with multiple scenes with the same actor. I think he's more of a dribbler, so I thought, oh,
that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
It was like.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Well, and also like you do have that moment of euphoria, so you're not necessarily keeping direct eye contact to where that stuff's going. So I'm thinking back now, like that's probably how I lost track of it. I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I was like, I gotta find that, and then it was gone. I was like, oof. Oof. I was like, man, is someone gonna get pregnant or something? I don't know. How's that work?
Oh shit! I didn't wear a condom.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh god.
Oh
how weird. How you know what? I think, and this may not be true. Maybe I was standing up because I don't know. I don't want to go. Now I'm creeping myself out thinking about a little kid jerking off. Even though it's me. It's me, so I think I'm allowed. I think I'm allowed to have the spot.
You are.
I was like, maybe I was like doing it in that position so I wanted to get the jizz in my bathtub water. Maybe I was grossed out.
You were taking a bath, not even a shower.
Yeah. Aww. Yeah, I was taking a bath. I was standing up in the bath water.
My little heart.
Man, I don't think I started taking showers. Well, I probably started taking showers when I started jerking off because I was like, this is a good time to jerk off. You just go in the shower, you pull that out. No one knows the better.
Yeah.
But until they were like, why did you take such a long shower? Because I like long showers. No reason, really? I was like, this is very intrusive. Why don't you mind your own fucking business?
Yeah, I like standing under the water is all.
I was like, I don't know, can you put a fucking door on my bedroom? Maybe that could...
Suddenly I'll start taking shorter showers.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, wow, we put that door up, and he doesn't take showers at all. He fucking stinks, actually. He
hasn't showered in a week. He's just in that closed room all the time.
He smells very musky. I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you so much for answering that question for me.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it was available, the memory, anyways.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how I tend to remember that happening. I would think that's probably a common story. I don't think I feel like I'm very like vanilla in my sexual what do you call it, mature or growth,
Sure,
or
me
you know
too.
how it started. I feel like it's like most people are probably just taking a bath and they're like fucking scrubbing themselves. And they're like, oh fuck, that feels good to wash my dick. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe I
let
can,
me keep that up.
yeah, let me investigate that some more. And
Yeah,
then yeah, think about the first human that ever orgasmed. That's probably pretty cool.
seriously. Or like my like thinking about like the first kiss. Like, okay, trust me, like
Yeah,
just let me wiggle my tongue around in your mouth. Like it's gonna feel good. Just try it. Like
right.
how
Because
weird was that?
that probably took some time. Because I assume at first we were just fucking like banging, like animalistic style, just plant the
Right.
seed and whatever, and then it slowly got more intimate, obviously. And yeah, at some point someone was like, "Do you think it was the woman or the guy who first was like, maybe you want me to put my tongue in
See,
your mouth?"
I don't know. I mean, my thought is guy, just because
Mm-hmm.
like historically they were the more like
Right. Aggressor.
yeah, well, and just like more allowed to be sexually
Right.
expressive.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that true? I don't know if that is that true of like ancient. Do we know? We probably don't
I
know for
Yeah, I
sure. We're
guess we don't
probably.
really know.
I mean, how is it in How do the fucking primates? How does that work? I don't know. I
Uh,
haven't. Listen, I'm not sure of what I'm talking about. Now I'm starting to really think about it. I'm like, well, we could look at primates. What's their sexual dynamic? Is the guy
uh,
the aggressor? Probably.
sounds
Whatever.
exhausting. Hey,
I've seen.
listeners, if you have any input on human sexual history or
Yeah.
on if you were a man, the first few times that you jizzed, like what your thought process was, whether or not that was surprising to you, let us know.
I just want to know, like, when did we get bored of like sex, and that's when we started doing all the crazy shit, like the different positions, and
Yeah,
like, yeah, at some point they're just like, yeah, this just ain't doing it anymore.
right. Missionary is just getting bland.
Yeah, I ain't fuck. I don't want to do it like that. And she's like, whatever. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Humans are weird.
yeah, we are.
We're weird little selfish creatures, but also very giving. But
Yeah, all at once.
yeah, we're like fucking manipulative and duplicitous, and
Ooh,
I mean
duplicitous.
other animals seem pretty. I mean, I don't want to glorify animals because animals can be very fucked up. They'll just like go kill a thing without a second thought.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah. Like you hear about that fucking mountain lion broke into someone's house, ate their fucking cat, was just chilling on the couch, and they came home,
Damn.
and they're like,
No.
and they're like, shoo, go away, and the cat, and it's just like sitting on their couch, like, oh no, I'm your pet now. I just ate that fucking cat.
Yeah, so I win, and now I
Yeah,
belong to you.
yeah. I'm now kitty. But
Damn,
yeah, that happened, like in Washington State, I believe. But
that's wild.
yeah, and I think they give a fuck about that cat. They give it
No?
two thoughts. So in that way, I think humans are. It's kind of again, it's like, oh, that's really cool. We have compassion and empathy, but still with that power, we still do harm people. So that kind of maybe makes us even worse than animals. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So
interesting to think about.
well, if it, I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ! Has this really been going for an hour and 10 minutes? And it hasn't.
Yeah.
And it hasn't.
And it hasn't
Hasn't
shit
fucked
out.
up.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
know. I was just thinking about that, like, at the hour point. I was like, damn.
Zencaster is doing something right tonight. I don't know.
Stepping up their game.
I really don't want to give him too much praise, but
Right, because we'll soon be disappointed again. But,
yeah, it's any
um,
moment now.
yeah.
So, anyways, you tired?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we
Sorry.
I was like, I was gonna
just
say
a
we
big
can.
old yawn.
I was like, we can start to wind it down if you want. I would.
And I'm like already doing that.
Yeah.
Done. Yawning already. Winding
It's
down is in process.
anyone who's listening to this probably, and they're like,
Enough about jizz.
Yes, we get it. People jerk off for the first time. But have you ever thought? Have you ever talked about it? I don't. Probably not. Have you really
Yeah, no,
internalized
and
what
that's
it was?
right. What we're doing is important because we're having those conversations.
It is, and everyone can relate to that. Everyone's jizzed for the first time.
Yeah, and if not, we highly recommend that you do.
Yeah, just wait until you do.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, but don't wait too long to do it, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying keep an eye on it so you can clean it up.
Oh yeah, don't lose track of where your jizz
That'd
goes.
be rude. You don't want your wife to come home and be like, "Honey, can you clean the? I can't find it. Can you clean the jizz? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we just leave it there. It dries out."
I like how in your scenario the person who has never jizzed before has a wife.
Yeah. Well, I thought they were like very very Christian and they got married and she's
Yes.
like, "I know what? I'm still got
I still am not ready.
Yeah, Christ still hasn't spoken to me. I made a deal with him. Hey, you tell me when it's time, and I'm waiting." And the husband's being
the
very
crickets are chirping.
yeah, and the husband's being very dutiful, and he's like, "Okay, I 100% support that,
Yeah.
but I am going to jerk off." And she's like, "You know what? I support that." I've known people that have had relationships like this. So
Oh God. Sorry
or
to
you
hear
know,
that.
well, I wasn't really close to them, close enough for him to tell me that though. He's like, "Well, I do get to jerk off," and I'm like, "Oh, well."
That's nice.
Okay, but they
you
really
could do that single, you know.
but they did. They really got along. They seemed like they had a very good friendship or relationship or whatever it is when you're married but you don't have sex.
Wow.
But I want to think they've probably definitely had sex by now because this was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, I hope they have.
I'm pretty certain they have because they're still married.
Right
You know
on.
what?
I
They
used
may
to
have
be
a
afraid
kid.
that would be me. Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, actually now I think they may have a child. So that was probably the first time. So
Sure.
so
Yeah,
probably about 6 years
naturally.
ago. You used to think what would be?
I used to be afraid that like even if I got married someday I would still not get to have sex. Like for some I don't know, I was just like it's not a thing.
That's a dark thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, I just took care of that anyway, so
Good.
yeah.
For you.
Not a problem.
Not a problem, guys. I'm totally okay in that department.
Solved.
Solved. Book, case closed. Suckers. Oh, you guys out there who passed up on your chance. You blew it because it's
Sucks to suck.
sucks to suck. Right on. What else? I don't know. Maybe this is a good place.
Nothing.
It's a good place. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and you know what? Let's just go ahead and sign off to our listeners here. Thank you for joining us. We'll
Thank you so much.
We'll try to make it more consistent. Zencastr worked for an hour and 15 minutes straight, which is pretty impressive. I feel good about it.
Honestly. Yeah, they're best so far.
I'm impressed. So, man,
Let's keep it up, Zencastr.
Let's keep it up. Cheers to you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.